This book is called The Tale of Billy Carpenter and Smith's Elastic Brace by A.J. Jack, illustrated by Vivian Wall. My uncle was a character who knew a tale or two. Some were based on pure fact, but some were not quite true. And there's one yarn that always brings a smile to my face. It's the tale of Billy Carpenter and Smith's Elastic Brace. It was in the 1860s in Queensland, I recall, when men used to wear braces so their trousers wouldn't fall. Till Smith invented something he was sure would take their place, made from one piece of elastic, so he just called it a brace. The elastic in the brace was a super stretchy blend. It could stretch from Perth to Darwin with a detour through Hill End. But before he started selling them, he gave one a short trial and got his mate Bill Carpenter to wear one for a while. Bill wore the brace outside his coat for all the world to see, but riding home from town one day, it got caught on a tree. Bill's faithful mount kept galloping along its homeward course. The elastic stretched a quarter mile, then flung him off his horse. It sent him hurtling towards town at twice the speed of sound. That's pretty fast for someone flying 10 feet off the ground. He opened up his arms like wings to aid him in his flight. The wind blew underneath his coat and gave him extra height. He flew over the blacksmith's shop and soon became aware that half the town was in the street and pointing in the air. "Is it a bird or Superman? Why don't we have a bet? At least we know it's not a plane. They're not invented yet." He flew over the public school and waved at all the people, but when he passed the Catholic church, his brace caught on the steeple. And Bill stopped briefly in the air, a minor flight delay, till the elastic pulled and sent him off the other way. Each time it seemed his flight would end and land him in the dust, the brace would snag on something else and give him extra thrust. For 7 days and 7 nights that brace kept him aloft, and Bill cried, "God, please stop this ride. It's time that I got off." He was flying in a chasm down 500 foot of cliff when the brace snagged on a mallee root quite old and gnarled and stiff, and Bill felt himself slowing the further he went down until he reached the bottom, landing gently on the ground. He looked to where the brace had snagged and hung his head to cry. The elastic then contracted, launching Bill into the sky. This display of aerobatics soon attracted quite a crowd as they peered through their binoculars. He soared up through the clouds. The locals waved their hats about and gave a mighty cheer to see their homegrown hero shooting through the stratosphere. And you often hear the old folk as they stagger from the bars say they can still see Billy as he floats among the stars. So be proud of Billy Carpenter and Smith's Elastic Brace, 'cause 100 years before the Yanks, we had a man in space.